Of course, let's dive deep into the world of Social Security, a topic that's on the minds of so many people right now. It's more than just a government program. For tens of millions of Americans, it's a lifeline, the bedrock of their financial security in retirement or in the face of disability. We've been hearing from a lot of you, and the questions are all pointing in the same direction. What is happening with our benefits? In a world where the cost of everything seems to be going up, will Social Security keep pace? Is there any help on the horizon, any new laws or changes that will actually put more money in the pockets of the people who need it most? These aren't just idle questions. They are born out of a very real and pressing reality. Right now, over 70 million individuals, from retirees who have worked their entire lives to disabled individuals and surviving family members, rely on that monthly check. And for a significant portion of them, that check makes up the majority of their income. So, when we talk about changes to Social Security, we're talking about changes that have a profound impact on the daily lives of a huge segment of our population. There are indeed some significant developments on the horizon, and we're going to break down 3 of the most important ones for you today. First, we'll look ahead, not just to next year, but to the cost of living adjustment, or COLA, that we can start to anticipate for 2026. Understanding how that's shaping up gives us a glimpse into the near future of our monthly benefits. Second, we're going to explore a fascinating and somewhat concerning trend, the fact that more and more people are choosing to claim their Social Security benefits earlier than ever before. We'll unpack the reasons behind this rush and what it means for both individuals and the system as a whole. And third, we'll discuss a major technological shift that's happening this very summer. The Social Security Administration is moving into the digital age with the introduction of digital Social Security cards. We'll explain what that means, why they're doing it, and how it will affect you. This is all crucial information that will impact how you interact with the system and manage your finances. Before we get into the details, it's important to set the stage. We are living through what many are calling a cost of living crisis. The price of groceries has skyrocketed. A simple trip to the supermarket feels more expensive every single month. Utility bills, whether for electricity to cool your home in the summer or heat it in the winter, are taking a bigger and bigger bite out of the budget. And then there's the cost of housing. Rent prices have become incredibly burdensome for many, especially those on a fixed income. For seniors, these rising costs aren't just an inconvenience. They are a direct threat to their ability to live with dignity and security. This is the context in which all discussions about Social Security must be placed. The adequacy of these benefits is being tested like never before. So, let's start with that first big topic, the cost of living adjustment for 2026. Every year, beneficiaries hope for a generous COLA to help their checks keep up with inflation. This adjustment isn't a pay raise. It's a mechanism designed to ensure that the purchasing power of your benefits doesn't erode over time. The calculation is based on a specific measure of inflation, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPIW. The Social Security Administration looks at the data from the third quarter of the year, that's July, August, and September, and compares it to the same period from the previous year. The percentage increase becomes the COLA for the following year, which is announced in October and takes effect in January. Now, while we are still waiting for the official 2025 COLA, early projections based on current inflation trends suggest it will be relatively modest, likely somewhere in the range of 2.6% to 3.2%. This is a far cry from the 8.7% bump we saw in 2023, which was the highest in 4 decades, or even the 3.2% from 2024. The reason is that overall inflation has been cooling down. But here's the problem many seniors face. The official inflation metric, the CPIW, doesn't accurately reflect their actual spending. Seniors tend to spend a much larger portion of their income on healthcare and housing, 2 areas where costs have remained stubbornly high and have often outpaced general inflation. The CPIW, on the other hand, gives more weight to things like gasoline and transportation, which may not be as significant for a retiree who no longer commutes to work. This discrepancy is why, year after year, many beneficiaries feel like their COLA isn't enough to cover their rising expenses. Looking ahead to the 2026 COLA, which will be based on 2025's inflation data, the trend of moderation is expected to continue. Unless there is a significant and unexpected surge in inflation next year, we are likely looking at another COLA in that 2% to 3% range. This is a critical piece of information for long-term budgeting. It underscores the ongoing debate in Washington about whether to switch the COLA calculation to a different index, like the CPIE, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, which is specifically designed to track the spending habits of seniors and would likely result in slightly higher annual adjustments. While several legislative proposals include this change, none have yet passed into law, leaving beneficiaries subject to a formula that many experts agree is outdated. This leads us directly into our second topic. Why are so many people claiming their benefits earlier than ever? You can start taking your Social Security retirement benefits as early as age 62, but if you do, your monthly check is permanently reduced. For every year you wait after 62, up to your full retirement age, which is currently around 67 for most people, your benefit increases. If you wait even longer, up to age 70, your benefit increases even more. The system is designed to reward patience. So why the rush? There are a few powerful forces at play. The most immediate one is economic necessity. The same cost of living crisis we've been discussing is pushing people out of the workforce and into retirement sooner than they had planned. Their savings have been depleted by inflation, they may have faced a job loss in an uncertain economy, or they simply can no longer afford to wait. For them, a smaller check starting now is better than no check at all. They are making a tough trade-off, sacrificing a larger benefit in the future for much-needed income in the present. Another factor is a lingering effect of the pandemic, which caused many older workers to reevaluate their relationship with work and prioritize their health and time with family, leading them to opt for an earlier retirement. But there's another, more psychological reason: a growing lack of faith in the long-term stability of the Social Security system itself. We constantly hear news reports about the Social Security trust funds and projections that, if Congress does nothing, the funds will become insolvent sometime in the mid-2030s. Now, it's crucial to understand what insolvent means in this context. It does not mean the system will be bankrupt or that checks will stop. It means that incoming tax revenue will only be enough to pay for a portion of the promised benefits, currently estimated to be around 79 to 81 cents on the dollar. However, the headline, "Social Security is going broke," is a powerful